Hello, hello, hello. What's everybody doing? Happy Mother's Day. You were cross-stitching? So glad to be here. I know, me too. Hello, Judy and Anna and Diana. Pat and Nadine. 24th birthday. Oh, that's okay. I totally understand. My mom's birthday is tomorrow. We chatted earlier. Unfortunately, I missed the video chat. I guess I didn't hear it because I turned my phone down, so I missed the video chat notification on my niece's phone. But we at least talked on the phone for a little bit. But yeah, I sent her a bunch of flowers, like a bunch of her favorite flowers that she can now smell. And apparently it filled her room, so because her birthday's tomorrow, so she turns 73 tomorrow. Thank you. And it's always around Mother's Day, so it's kind of like, what do you get her, right? And there's a few years it's fallen on Mother's Day, and you want to make sure you get the separate one. So I thought, well, she didn't really need for anything, so I thought fill her room full of flowers, and that's what we did. And she should smell nice for her. She was like, the lady kept bringing the flowers, and it was like apparently a big box full. So yeah, we got surprising. Hello, Sewing Hedgehog from Switzerland. Yes, and happy Mother's Day to all the moms and to all the dads who act as moms. So, you know, because you got to have two roles there. You know, you really do. All right, so what we have been doing is this is all put together. This is one piece. It measures 50.5 by 50.5. And that's doing the 2.5 inch little pieces that were cut. These are all the extra bits, and I'm going to put those around in the border. You'll see. So these are all the ones, and they measure, like I said, we cut them at 2.5, and this way, so you could 1, 2, 2.5, and then on this angle too is also 1, 2.5. So, you know, that both ways. Sorry, comp came. What's going on? Hello, Robin and Heather, Mary and Tanya, and Patricia, and Hallie, and Franca, Pat. Hello, 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 hello. Happy Mother's Day, and big hugs to everybody. Okay, so that's that's the pieces that we cut, and then for the ones that ended up being these pieces here, because I was using the 2.5, you need to cut them at like at least 16. Okay, so if you want to replicate this with your own little 2.5 strips and do it in a scrappy fashion or whatever color or whatever, do it that way, as well as making sure these triangles here are also like, you know, hold on, I guess that would be this way. Sorry, that was a Dinkeldorf moment. At least, you know, 12.5 to make sure. You want the extra little bit anyways to kind of frame the star. You don't want it lopping off the tips of the star, so you want to be able to come out a little bit past. So yeah, so very excited the way it turned out. So what I want to do now is build out a couple of scrappy angle parts of the border. So because my idea originally was to have like a kaleidoscope of purple. So, you know, when you look at through the kaleidoscope, you know how it fractures off the walls, hence why each blade had to be the same. So yes, it was a design Scrappy, but it's still a purple Scrappy. So what I want to do is either put some of those leftover bits over across here and down on the side, like not necessarily halfway or anything, but just use some of them. And then for the opposite corner down on there. So do it down here and then across a little bit and then fill it in with another purple, a solid. I got a whole big bag here to work with. And then I still have this white. Did I still put it back here? Oh, here we go. I still have this other white on white, which kind of breaks it up a little bit. It's more of a creamy tone on the background, but still very white on here. And then using that and then doing another purple, just kind of random chunks of color and so on and so forth to fill it up. So it's not going to be overly huge. I'm aiming for about 56, 60-ish sort of thing. So yeah, that's kind of the end idea. Hello, hello, Maria. Hello, little Urban. Hello, Teresa. Hello to the smiley face at 2.03. I cannot read that. I don't know what that means. But hello and thank you. Welcome. Hello. Happy you're here. And Linda and Jen. We'll be sleeping soon. It's 2 a.m. here. Oh my gosh. Uh-oh. Aw, thank you. Will you have a good sleep? Sweet dreams. Big hugs. And Beverly. Hello. Some new names here. And Terry. Very, very happy. Okay, so what we got going on here? These are the leftover bits, okay? So a lot of these solid colors you'll remember from if you've been here before. One of their very first live streams was a quilt kit called North and South, and I did that for my friends Lawrence and Tanya. They celebrated their 30th wedding anniversary, and it was you know, just why not? So I made them something super special. So I have a bunch of these colors left over and still some of these other printed ones, but not as much as the solid. So what I kind of want to do is divide it up to make those two corners, you know, because the quilt's going to go like this ish. I'm not the best drawer in the whole wide world, but I do try. Okay, with the whole little star in the center. Yeah, that's my star. So what I want to do is kind of do like the little scrappy bit from this corner down to this one a little bit, and then from this little corner down to this little bit and around. Okay. Hopefully that helps. And then filling in the rest of this with just purples and then doing that other little white strip. Can you see that? Probably not. No? Okay, hold on. Let me make it darker. Okay. Maybe I use a marker. There we go. I use a nice big marker. It's okay. There we go. Na, na, na. We got this. Okay, then I need to mimic my awesome Lone Star. Okay. All right. Hopefully that helps. So that's kind of what the idea was for how to lay out the scrappy bits. So the scrappy bits would be in the corners. Okay. Am I using, no, that's in the wrong finger. There we go. I'm totally challenged. Anyways, and then filling it in with the rest of a purple, like, oops, of a solid, and I have a whole bag full. So depending on which color I end with on this side, I can choose either a light or a dark to finish out that whole edge. And I don't mind it being, you know, coming up with the same color and going around the other corner. I just want those two little other bits to be used up by these bits, right? You know what I mean? So, oh, Mr. Clive's in the window. What are you doing, buddy? Come here. People want to see you. Come here. Can you make your way through? Did I block your way? Come on. There's got to be a way. I move boxes around. Come here. Or maybe he doesn't want to come around. Oh, he's coming. He's coming. Here comes Mr. Clive. Come on. All right, let's go. Let's go. Hey. Really? You were snoring earlier. I was loading something on the long arm and I heard you snoring. Come on. He likes the bottom shelf. He's likes to nap on my pedal on the bottom shelf. Hey, come here, you. All right, let's go. Come on. He's loving the garbage box. No, all right, forget it. No, you're going to miss out on your time, and the people are going to be very upset. They're going to miss the Clive time. Oh, come here. Come here, you big sucky baby. Ow, no, don't climbing up the pants. There we go. All right. Oh, sorry. I hate when he gets on the microphone. Hey, no claw on the shirt. Stop. Sometimes he's just too much of a tough lover. There we go. Hold on. There we go. Too much of a tough lover sometimes. There we go. There. Forward facing. Holy moly. Scrappy style quilt each month. Oh, is that what somebody's trying to tell what we've been doing? Oh, thank you, Robin. I appreciate it. No, he's not today. Yes, sleep well. Hello, Elizabeth. And Beverly and Deb and Becky. All right, there we go. See? Got your little motor going now, don't we? Yeah. Oh, you're such a cute cat sometimes. Sometimes. Sometimes he's a pain in the bum. What do you think you're doing? Gonna control around here? Gonna pick some colors? What do you think of that one? Is that cool? And this one? Do you think they go well together? All right. What's your opinion, Mr. Clive? Gonna choose? We'll put a few, see what we can do. Okay. So hopefully everybody got flowers. I went and picked up mine from the nursery yesterday. Pop and I went out and then I bought him ice cream. It's been a while since we went out and had our little treat to ourselves. So yeah, we went and picked up some flowers and some vegetables that were being eaten. The little spring ones said Mr. Clive, the little tender leaves and shoots he was munching on. So I think we got sweet peas and beets. That was the only two that we needed to get. And we got carrot seeds. But other than that, the rest of this, the plants that we have growing outside, they were outside today in the sun. They were yesterday and the day before. So we're slowly kind of conditioning them to be outside. I think we could almost leave them out from now on because it's going to be like 10 degrees at night. So, and that's, you know, still well above freezing. All right. So, okay, say bye, everybody. Say bye, everybody. See you later. Clive's going. All right, there you go, bud. Yes, exactly. Bye, Clive. Let me just dust the fur off my face. I dressed up a little bit. I thought, don't wear a t-shirt, wear something pretty. Oh, are you? Oh, well, we're not really expecting rain. We're expecting some really nice weather. So, Pop asked me to make sure the side where the grass doesn't really want to grow a little bit, so get that seeded. And then he wants to put some the wildflower seeds up on that little curve of the hill sort of thing. So, very excited to get those going as well. Means flowers will bloom. And we got flowers at the front, we got flowers at the back, and a couple of ferns, and that looks beautiful. We've seen bumblebees hanging out in the flowers. It's been lovely. Okay, I think I kind of want to put a solid and a pattern and a solid and a pattern and see where that gets me lengthwise across my, like I said, it's 50.5 by 50.5. Sorry, Clive fur. So, and I don't necessarily want to go halfway, but if I can get halfway and across, so 25 inches and then another 25 inches sort of thing, that might not be too bad. Okay, so if I move this one over here, let's see how far this gets me. Okay, can you guys see my big purple Scrappy bucket here? Uh-oh, who started him? Clive loves his chin's gas. Aww. I know it's tough, and they love you unconditional. Well, cats maybe not so much, but dogs, yes. But they are such a big part of your life. You know, you look after them, you make sure they're fed, and you know their bums are wiped, sort of per se. You know what I mean? I don't want to too much information, but yeah, that sort of they're every day, right? So it's hard to separate from them. But they're waiting for you. Don't you worry. We all have our time. All right, so I've kind of placed that right at 10, and I've got 16. And if I'm lining, oh, I need to get another solid in here. Like this dark purple. And then this one. That one needs a press. And then if we get this light purple, I'm just trying to see if I can approximately get like a 25, 30 inches to do that little curve. Okay. Without repeating any colors. Not that Auntie Julie would care, but you guys know. It's the importance of, okay, that's not the same. Importance of having the different variation. When you're working on a Scrappy, you don't want everything to be, or anything touching too much that are the same color. All right. I'm very much looking forward to the wedding ring. In fact, Munchkin was very confused. He thought today, he goes, oh, I think it's very, what did he say? I don't know, symbolic that we were working on the double wedding ring on Mother's Day. I go, that's not next week, dude. Like, seriously? Get with the program. I don't know where he is. Okay, so that gives us approximately 30, well, 30, I'm laying it butt end together, but with seam allowance, so let's take off like, 6 inches or something like that with all the seam allowance. So that gives me 30 inches, and then we could do this. And then let's see what I can make up for the other side, the one at opposite. And then if I had enough time, well, like see how long this takes us. I may leave it at that white outer edge and then just a nice solid purple just to kind of frame it all together. You know what I mean? That frame, that scrappy. So I have a couple of nice ones that I could probably make a nice, either 2 or 2.5 or 3 inch little border to finish it all off in the purple. So, all right. Okay. I think we'll be okay. We may have to repeat some colors here though. So let's do this and this, and is that the same as that? Yes, it is. Okay, so that out, there. Yeah, I think we're going to run out of colors too. Yeah, because we have all those ones left over. So we're going to have a little bit more mixy-matchy this. True. Put him over there. Just swap some out. We'll figure something out. I need to press that though. That's driving me crazy. Oh, and Munchkin made me a little not necessarily animation, but it had, my favorite flower is carnation. I don't know why. It's not a lot of people's favorites. Oh, you're not coming back for round 2, buddy. But it happens to be one of my favorites. I like the smell of it. I like the look of it. I like the, the size of it sort of thing. So we did a little Happy Mother's Day with the flowers. You know how I did the my niece's quilts with the orange and yellow? Yeah, that one, or my niece's flowers. Anyways, he did a very similar setup to that with a real flower, but he altered it, and it was really kind of pretty. So he sent me the image. It was lovely. Was just wondering if you ever quilted the quilt top that I said. Not yet, Judy Patterson. It's actually going to be a long arm Wednesday, so I want to save it for that. I actually have Grace. If Grace is in the channel today, she may not be because she's probably busy with her mom. Hers is on this Wednesday, and I was going to make yours the next Wednesday. So funny you ask about that. So just keep watching for it. It's going to be fun. I'm going to quilt that one up. But Grace's, I've got the Walt's working on it, but I'm sectioning things out, and I'm going to show how that works and a bit of the software and how I tweak things and pictures and how to customize a quilt. So, and you can see how I customized Grace's yellow and blue quilt, the log cabin. You guys saw that on the Mafia page, the Facebook Mafia group. Yeah, so well, most of you did anyways. I'm sure some of you did. So that's, yeah, it's almost done. It's like 94% done. So we're filming the last little bit for the long arm Wednesday, and then you get to see the end and the back side and the fabric I chose for the back as well, because she leaves that all up to me. So, and I really appreciate that. So, what are we talking about? What's 5-1? I don't think that's, hold on. Denmark gave Canada a big smack. Oh, really? They're kicking our butt, are they? Omi, the crocheting, watching her shows. She's good cooking roast chicken. Oh, who's roasting chicken? I like roasting chicken. What is the theme today? Oh, the theme was just purple borders, really. I guess working on the purple scrappy borders for this. So, Inkscape. What is Inkscape? Is that software? Oh. I'm pretty sure it has. Or he has. Finland did too. Oh, they both Finland and Denmark kicked our bums, did they? Whoop, that's all right. It's all in the name of sports. Okay, so shush, Mr. Clive. So how many here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. How many do we got here? 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So pretty close. Pretty close. Okay, we maybe just have to add another repeat color between this one or that one, and or this one. Actually, there happens to be a lighter one in here. There we go. So, and then we have enough to be able to do that little curve, and then the filler will be something I pick from the basket, maybe something I haven't used in the blades to fill that up, and then put that white strip on that we got right here, that little cream on white, and then a little bit more of a purple, and then bibbidi bobbidi boo. All right, so let's do this. So I have to do a little bit of planning and cutting and so on and so forth. That had a little bit of weird curve to it. Okay, so let's sew these together. And I turned the screensaver off on my Janome, just trying to save a little power and lights and so on and so forth. So it goes off after 2 minutes instead of. So the screen was dark and I thought there was something wrong with the power. So I go and follow the whole source and stuff just before the shoot. I'm like, and then I realized it was saving power, no screensaver. I'm like, oh. Felt a little dorky, but I didn't realize I was going to shut it off. I just thought maybe we would just have the, you know, a little like toned down screen sort of thing. Hopefully there's no glare in the small camera. I turned this one off. That one's still there, but that's not really needed. And I only have this one on. But if this one's bothersome, I will turn it off. Okay, so just let me know. My new kitty is making it hard to grade papers. I had a gentleman run past me the other day. He was with his dog, and well, a new puppy, and he said it was worse than a newborn baby. And I went, "Oh, really?" And he was just like, you could tell he needed to go for the puppy needed to go for a walk, and he needed his coffee. So we went down to the local gas station and picked it up and stuff. So. Hello, Donna Faye. Thank you very much for being one of our $20 a month Patreon providers. That helps us a lot. So thank you very, very much, Donna Faye. Big hugs to you for being so very generous with your monies. So I don't know what else to say. I'm sorry. But thank you. Thank you. I really do appreciate it. And so does Pop. So it makes a big difference. Every little bit makes a difference because we get a chance to do more for charity than we ever thought possible. So thank you. And we're working on the border. So what I'm doing is I want to, I have the Lone Star already done. It's already done and ready to rock and roll. And I want to do a little scrappy around this edge and a little scrappy around this edge with the leftover bitty bobs that we have. And then I'm going to fill in with the purple solid here and a solid there, and maybe 2 different purples, and maybe a different purple and a different purple, a different purple, a different purple. I haven't decided yet. So that's how it's going on. So I'll show that a little bit closer so you can see it. Aw, thank you very much, Donna Faye. Can you see that? Is that helpful on the small camera? Yeah, I told Poppy he had to be on camera today. He wasn't crispy, so he needed to be there. All right, so that's kind of that was my design idea. So using the 2.5 strip sets instead of the 3 that Jordan Fabrics had. And here's the one bit of the pattern. I try to save printing as much as possible, so I'll always put it up on the other screen. So there was her little 3-inch strip, and then what she cut for the outside edges, which was like 13.5 and 19.5. So, you know, whatever works for you. If you have 3-inch strips you can use from your stash, go for it. I try to make it at least as adaptable as possible to, you know, easy little strip rolls, the jelly rolls and stuff, so you can be creative in your own and not be afraid to do this Lone Star. So, I will definitely be making another one. Really, when you think about it, it's 8 blocks. It's 8 blocks, and then you fill in the outside with big triangles. Like, it's almost like a cheater quilt when you think about it. It's like half of it's not there. Does that make any sense? Or is that just me who was thinking that? Yeah, we started early. We started at 2. What time is it now? Oh, it's only 2:25. It's all good. It's all good in the hood. I love that one. It's a center. I did want to make sure that was in there on the outside, just to kind of pull that little dark just a little bit more. Poor Clive. What's about it? Clive is confused. Yeah. Well, the funny, I was pinning the long arm. I was pinning a backing. I only got a half done. I only got the top one done. I still have to do the bottom before we were shooting, right? And I'm trying to work around Pop because he's trying to set up the cameras and the lights and stuff. And it's a little bit of a crowded space. Not crowded, but, you know, working around. And I can hear the caddy snore. And I went, oh, maybe he'll be quiet this live stream. And then as soon as I come and sit down, I see him in the window. Yeah, I went out and threw the Frisbee for Sophie a couple of times before the shoot. But I think it's gotten too warm for her too fast. And because she's a black dog, she heats up really, you know, fast with the sun on her. So I'm going to design, and hopefully it'll be a weekend project. I'm going to design I've seen it, you can purchase it, but I'm going to make my own because I have the fabric. So like a triangle sort of sail that's going to go from one corner of the deck to the other corner of the deck attached to the house and then to the garage. That makes it like a big triangle, so it goes over the space of the garage, not like between the house and the garage, and so on and so forth, and it'll shade that whole area. So if she wants, she can lay out on the deck and not have to, you know, cook, sort of thing, you know. So I'm gonna do that, and all I think I need is like, you know, 3 grommets, one corner, one corner, one corner. The question is, how do I make the fabric very as stable as it needs to be? And Pop actually gave me a fantastic idea. He said, what about if you take a light fabric and a dark fabric, or whatever, 2 colors of fabric, and then you just stitch across it like crazy and so on and so forth. And then I thought, well, we could use that because that would really stabilize those 2 fabrics together. And then you just put a grommet in the corner and a grommet in another corner and a grommet in the other corner, and, you know, make your shape, and away you go. So I don't know, I kind of really like that. So without putting any batting, just sewing those 2 fabrics together to make it like a really sturdy piece. I mean, we have some thread from an auction. I could totally use that and see where it goes, right? So I'm excited. I'm excited. All right, I don't want those 2 together. How did I get that? We need another color. Here, what was this one here? No. I think we're going to have to just put one next to each other, and that's okay. Oh, got sorted. What up? Beverly, Pop is the guy in the bottom corner. Mr. Clive is your kitty. Oh, yeah. Sorry. I guess if you're new, you just don't know, and it's understandable. Okay. All right, now I'm just, I don't want to do too much because I want to make sure it's coming around the corner. All right, that was a silly thought there. Hold on. So if I left that there, and I want to maybe put that towards the center, and then we may have to wiggle by halving, you know, because we're going to have to come around, and then, you know, work the other side per se. Okay. Alrighty. I think we'll leave that one there. Let's work on some of these. Do that down there. Okay. It's just the way it's going to be. I didn't want to waste these little pieces that I'd already cut. So I'm like, how can I incorporate it in the border? So And whether it's repeated, I don't really care. I just want the scrappiness of it. He's probably sunning himself. Yeah, it was. Because the sun is literally coming right in there. I don't know where he went. He wasn't too far. He came back for round 2, but he didn't hop up on the table. Or on the under part of the table. Oh. He stayed away. I had a neighbor comment that we staked him out in the yard for the crows. And I said, no, that's not what we did. Oh, you love the cross? Oh, can you see it over there? I just pinned it. I haven't done the binding for it yet, but I just pinned it with the other one, so it was up hanging, so it was pretty. Thank you very much. I really, like I said, sometimes you just sit there and get inspired by something, and I've had quite a few people comment on it as they've come into the quilt shop, either the quilting of it or the cross itself, so I really appreciate it. You know? Nice when your art is recognized and, you know, people like it. Hello, Viv. Miss Pepsi Girl. Miss Pepsi Girl. You're not really late, per se. We're really early. So, and I understand there's Margaret, or is she, I'm not sure if she's doing her live stream, but she probably is. And I'm sure there's people hanging out there, too, and that's okay. Never late, always on time. Exactly. It's fashionably. Unless it's crossing guard, then you better be early because you don't want to get in trouble. I had the pokiest kid the other day. The bell had gone and I'd seen her at the top of the hill. So I'm waiting for her and waiting for her. And she's like kicking a rock. And then she's looking at the trees. And as she's getting a little closer, I'm like, you know, the bell did ring. You know, kind of, you know, move a little bit. She's like, I don't like the first class. I'm like, good thing there's only like 6 weeks left until the summer vacation. It had me laughing. I'm like, you're just a riot, kid. All right, so that's kind of what it's going to be like on one of the corners, okay? Framing the star behind me. Just to give a little extra bitty bobs, unless I want to make sure that's solid. And that can be, oh, I kind of like it that those two are the same. And then you just turn in the corner with the color. I like that. That's better. To me, that's better. Okay. Hearts turned out nice too. Oh, what are we talking about? Have visitors on Sunday, throw them out. Just before. Get them going. Tell them where that. Grab some popcorn. Sit down. Pastel Scrappy Bunny for Easter. Yes, happy Mother's Day. Hello, Tina and Angie. Will you be showing binding the cross as it got in corners as well as out? I certainly can. I can do that. Maybe it could be one of the UFOs. Could be one of the UFOs videos maybe, or something like that. I got a few things to do, so maybe I'll do a UFO number 2. And I'll do the binding on that. So you can see how I did around the cross, because it is different as you're coming in. You'll see, and I'd show you on the other one, it's full. Like, it's not overly full, but you do have to kind of like tuck in and pleat it, so it's a little bit, you know, full around that inner curve of both the cross, the inner one and the like underside too. So oh, what's up? Add some pizzazz to the binding. That adds, oh, okay. Oh, don't feel bad for me, Robin. I love listening to you. You don't realize you have an accent, but you do, and I love listening to you. And you know, as you're chatting about your projects and what you're doing throughout the week, and I love your mittens and your gloves and your, you know, all that. I just love that you're knitting and you do. Yeah, well, you crochet too, don't you? Or do you just knit? Because I think I've just seen you knit. And all the different things that you do, and you're teaching everybody, and I really appreciate that. I think it's fun. It's really fun. No, you're not picking on Mom. Don't worry about it. What? Taking breaks in the chat. No. Honestly, he tells me to stop all the time, so it's me who keeps go, go, go. That's just who I am. It just got to go, go, go. So somehow we get to line that up so it becomes a one piece eventually. So I guess we trim off a little bit. But all right, let's give it a press first. Oh, hold on. Get the garbage box out of the way. All right. Do-do-do. Hold on, see if I can bring that a little closer. Nope, not at all. I gotta adjust my desk just a little bit more for it to be able to fit the iron, so I can sneak it up underneath here or something. Right, grab this one. So try to make them about the same size. This one piece is a little bit longer, but I don't think I'm really too concerned about that. Okay. And of course I want to add a solid to one side of this and a solid to the other side of this, so I'm making that big piece. So I think what I'm going to do is, while I'm here, I know this is I've got as one bit corner, and I think I'll try and plan the other one before I move on, so I'm not getting too confused. Da, da, da. Who's Barbara? Hello, Barbara. I don't see you in the... Oh, there she is. Happy Mother's Day. Big hugs. Aw, 3.5 months old. Actually, I had a visitor from... I was doing a lot of stuff for this one grandma. She wanted like covers for the car seat and bumper pads and quilts and wall hangings and themes of the Winnie the Pooh and Mickey Mouse. You guys remember those? So she brought by the 2 grandchildren last night. They're only 4 months apart and they are so cute. Oh my gosh, the little girl was born first and the other one's only 6 weeks old, and they are just adorable. It was so nice to just chat with them for a few minutes and see their little grandbabies, and they were so excited to be having them for Mother's Day, and you know, that was their treat. And yeah, so yeah, it was lovely. It was lovely. You know, I'm excited for them and this time for their children, and you know, it's a whole different scope, man. It really is. All right, I bet, and I can't wait. I think I'd make a good grandma. Maybe a bit of a spoil the kid grandma, but you know, there'd still be moments that, hey, you know what, you don't touch this and you don't touch that, but you know, I think I'd still be a good grandma. The kid would never want for a quilt though. Be like, every year by the time it's supposed to be like, you know what, grandma, I don't need any more quilts, I have 50. Every part of my house is quilted. I could see that happening. It'll come eventually. If not, I'll have fur babies, and I'm okay with that too. Right to spoil? I think so. At least to some point. Because I think, you know, you just have such a limited time, right? So, not to get sad or anything. Yeah, exactly. Spoiled, but well, not spoiled, but well loved. And taught manners, because you're always on those, you know, the whole please and thank yous. You get nothing. You can sit in the corner and pout for all I care. But you better see please and thank yous. It's a grandma's right, exactly. So how many to have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7 on 1. So if I do try and keep them the same, 6 and 7, then at least the look is going to be somewhat consistent if I go around those 2 corners on the opposite corners. Okay, so that's how I'm thinking this out. I'll leave it all for us to discuss, or me to chat about, really, because you're just willing participants on the ride at this point in time. Guilty as charged. But happily so. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. let's see what we got going on here. So if I go 6, and then if this one was, we can do one of these. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And another one of those. Okay, 6 and 7. Okay, there we go. That's sorted. And I kind of like that dark here. Or should I switch out? Hold on. Just trying to bounce the color for me here, whether I like it or not. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need my 6th, though I think I'm going to take that purple instead and leave this one here and that one there. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, I guess you don't need that one. Here, let's leave this one a 7. Oh, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. I think we'll be all right. It'll be fine. Finish that off. Finish off those 2 other areas. Oh, 6. I like them all. Well, that's why I like crossing guard too. Crossing guard for 9 years. You see them as they grow. They start at 4. You know, by the time, you know, the ones that I had seen from the age of 4, now they're in their teens. It's hard to sometimes wrap your brain around it, you know. I feel like I've stayed the same, but they've grown up so much. That's why I say it goes so fast when I say to the new parents, you know, enjoy every single moment. They're only so tiny for so long, and they're growing up majority of their lives, and they're only so little for just a little bit. So enjoy it. I know you say, oh, the sleepless nights and the blah, blah, blahs and the, oh, it's this and that, but, you know, really just take it all in stride. It changes fast. It's just not, it's for now, it's not forever. Thank you for sharing and liking and subscribing. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you, thank you. All right, just puttering away at the little I'm just trying to get that little other corner set before I plan if I want to use 2 different purples, 4 different purples, or just 1 purple to finish up from Scrappy color, Scrappy color, corner, and so on and so forth. So, you know, I need to lay it out first. And then, like I said, try and pick maybe a color that has not been included in the quilt so far to really just accent the scrappiness of the purple. So what's everybody having for dinner tonight? Munchkin, who's still relatively new to driving, but he's doing a fantastic job lately, is going to drive out to Orangeville, which is about a 25 to sometimes half an hour drive, depending on whether you're Leadfoot Larry or not. And to get us Chinese food for dinner. So I'm very excited. So he's going to disappear while the live stream's going on, and he's going to go and get Chinese and get me my wonton soup. I love wonton soup. And one for tomorrow's lunch. I'm very excited about that. And then he's going to putter on home. And I'm thrilled. It's a very different experience for Pop and I to have this. So we kind of look at each other and go, like, is it for real? But the last month has changed Munchkin a lot. He's driven a lot. Burgers, tater salad, baked beans. Ooh, yummy. Chinese. It does sound yummy. Our favorite is sweet and sour chicken balls, a shrimp or chicken or beef chow mein, and of course wonton soup, like I just given. And then we got beef with broccoli but no peppers. So, and that's it. Have you done a tumbler quilt the small size I have? the die for Go Cutter, but oh yeah, I have Beverly. It's the tumbling block. Is that it? Is that the same thing? Hold on. Oh, I missed the chat there for a second. Tumbler quilt. Yeah, tumbler block on tumbler quilt. Yeah, it's the pink and creams. I did that last year sometime, and we even quilted it up on the long arm. Steak and eggs, yummy. Leftovers from last night. Well, what are they, Viv? I need to know. Leftovers are good. Roast chicken, spare ribs, carrots, turnip, yummy. Roast mashed and gravy, yum, 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 yum. Hello, Crafty K from warm England. Mexican with your son, Mary. That sounds good. I like Mexican. Da-da-da. I just can't have bell peppers. That's all. So I'm allergic to those. So I have to be very cautious about that. Okay, I don't want that color there. I want this color there. And then we just got 2 more, and then we're going to press. Okay. And that's going to be our outside edges, and then I just got to add the solid purple. All right, line that up. And I have to say, pinning the seams saved me so much anguish on this quilt. I tell you, it really did. Okay, so now we're going to press these. Okay. All right. It is nice to be able to use up a little bit more of these little scraps that I'd cut. So I don't want it, like I said, they might just sit in a bag for like 2 or 3 years, and I don't want that to happen. So, you know, I got these little bits, but that's okay. So what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't think we could probably do too much with that. I mean, let's see here. No, it looks odd unless you have one more of the same color. But we could have done like maybe a little applique pillow to go with the quilt or something. Or if you weren't happy with your center, like if your center didn't really line up, or you weren't, you know, wasn't as precise as you liked, then you can always add like a little circle. Add a little fabric circle over top, or a button, or an applique, or something else, right? You know? All right, so I'll keep these. I'll do something else with them. Da-da-da. Or maybe one of my sewing students will want to play with it. So, right, over there. And this turned out really nice. This this wall hanging here, with me now that it's all quilted up, and finishing the binding of it on the long arm. So, very much so. All right. So if one of these, let's choose this one, because we can. And I want to go from this point, like a usable point of the fabric. So from here-ish down, where it evens off equally, I will use that as my marking point and go all the way to a very similar point over here, like on this bottom edge as in measurement, okay? So that, maybe adding a 1/4 inch seam allowance, and over to here gives me 18.5 inches. Okay, I like that. And then if we even those off, okay, so if we put that over there, or it depends on which way you do it. I guess it doesn't really matter, does it? No, however, which way you have your, kind of like the colors matching in the corners, because I got it on these 2 corners and I got it on these 2 corners, and I really kind of like that. All right. Da-da-da. So if that gives me, hold on, I want this one first. Let's go over there. That gives me 21.5 on one side and 18 and a bit on the other. That's fine. That's fine. it'll look equal enough or somewhat close to thereof when pieced all together. At least I think anyways. Okay. All right, so I guess what we need to figure out is what else is the equal portion to equal out the 50.5 needed for that strip at the top, okay? So, oh, who's Chris? Hello! Happy Mother's Day, and Steph, and Lucy, and Angie, and Diana. Very nice. Thank you for everybody for showing up. Appreciate the party. Okay, now, let's see. Let's see if actually there's anything in here I haven't used. Okay. Actually, un momento. I need to take a quick little potty break. Okay, 1 second. I'm not even going to turn the mic off, so hopefully no Clive comes around. Short break. Okay. Sorry. I did. I did wash my hands. Nice, we got new soap, so it smells really pretty. Sorry, I apologize. My little bladder was screaming at me. Okay, so back to picking the purple that I don't really have a lot of in here. And I don't, there's a few, I'm sure, but I don't want to go too crazy. Like, that's really not enough of that, and it's got too much of a goldy star to it, so I don't think that's my favorite choice there. There's that little light tone there, but it's a weird shape. There's some other darks. Some purple. No, I think we cut stuff out of that one, didn't we? Yep, clearly. So that's not going to be enough. Might have to use this mauvey light colored stuff here. Might have to be that. I'm not sure. Is that too dark? Not too dark to go around, probably? What's up? Helly wants to know about that. So who does? Helly? This one right here? Yep. Okay, hold on. I will show you and answer your questions. No, I did not make it. In fact, I'm going to go to the big camera so you can actually see it, because a small camera does not even do this justice. So, okay. So hopefully, actually, no, hold on. Can you see that? Is that going to, me stretching over my arm, is that going to bugger that up? Hopefully it doesn't. Okay. So check that out. This was actually a gift. It was on the free table in the Fergus Guild, and my friend Jo Marie brought it to me because I was working on orange and yellows, and she thought maybe I could use it as a centerpiece. But because I already had the flower idea entailed in my mind, I chose to just hang it on the wall as a wall hanging. So I'm assuming it was cut out in several pieces, layered. You can tell it's been layered, and then it's been fancy stitched, and some of this is thread, and some of this is some variegated threads, and some funky weird things with eyelashes, and you know, there's all sorts of different little stitches on this. So it is a beautiful piece of art. And I have just hung it up there. I would love to be able to border it a couple times and then just keep it as an art piece. But I feel extremely gifted for it. I really do. Isn't it lovely? And it measures, I can tell you right now, about 30.5 by 21. Okay, so it is stunningly beautiful. It's got some awesome fabrics. So I'm assuming what they did is they cut off a strip and then cut circles out of that strip and then randomly place them on here to add that extra dimension. But isn't it like planetary and space and stuff? Yeah, I know. I know. They gave it away. Weird. Sorry. Sorry. Had to get all I know. When she showed up with it, I'm sorry. I knew I bumped the small camera. I apologize. It is beautiful. I love it. Just put it in a silver gold frame. I thought of that too, actually. Get here late and you get the face. Exactly, Mimi. Also known as Vicky. I know, isn't it beautiful? So it has inspired me to possibly do a future weekend project doing something very similar, because it is gorgeous. It is lovely to look at, and I don't know why anybody threw it away. I really don't. Either they just weren't happy with it, or they just were sick and tired of looking at it. There is a lot of work there. Thanks, Mary. Sometimes people just take me or leave me, you know. Some would just prefer to leave me. All right, back to picking our purples. Back to picking our purples. Back to picking our purples. That's something, I don't know what I made. I don't know what that is. All right. Let's figure this out here. Oh, we got some gingham. We didn't really use a lot of gingham. Oh, there's not a lot of gingham there. Okay, so we may be limited on our selection. Didn't really use this, but it had too much white for me, and then this weird black and red. Okay. And then, no, we already had that. We already had, ooh, I do like that. That is pretty. I'm sure Auntie Julie would like that. Or there's this really, really, oh, that's a lot of that. I might use that. That's pretty. That might be one side. Would this help tone in the purple and the white together if I did that little mix in between, or is it too much? Or do I need more purple? Clive said, I don't know what that is. Big wine, it probably was a wine bag or something designed for a wine bag. Hello, Nellie from Kentucky. There's a song there, I know. Nellie from Kentucky, Nellie from Kentucky. Welcome to the show, Nellie from Kentucky. Uh-huh. Pop's like, whatever. Don't give her any candy. It's going to be a long afternoon. No, it's not. It's going to be a fast afternoon. Well, for me anyways. Yeah, I don't know. What do you think? I like that. What's Pop munching? Oh, he's munching a brownie that I made. Remember the promise brownies? They were just a few days late. It's when he got back from his trip, because he was gone for like 3 days. All right, what else is here? Oh, there's always this one too. I'm trying to see what I have enough of to get some strips out of, right? Some of these little scrappy bits aren't going to get me anywhere fast. So, you know, there's might get, because I'm only going 2.5, so that might suit one side. You know, there's another solidy bit, and then the berry bits. That's 2 darky bits. I don't want to use any of the fat quarters. So, all right, I better just decide what I got going on, or this will take all afternoon. I clearly could make another quilt out of this. I'm not sure how the colored giraffes got in here, but I did a tooth fairy pillow, and they said gender neutral, and that's what I chose. I'm not sure how it got in there, though. It's cute, isn't it? Isn't it a cute little material? Not that it has anything to do with today's project, but I really like it. It's multicolored giraffes. Oh. Da, 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 da. Okay, hold on. Gets my bits in me bobs. And then I had this. It was really funky. So I thought that might be my outer bit to kind of tie everybody together, because strangely enough, it is actually 2 bits of fabric, and they have been sewn together and stitched. But stitched in such a manner, it looks like it's applique, but turned under applique. So I don't know how they did it, and especially by machine. Like, there's no way somebody would do that by hand. That's just crazy talk. Like, seriously. Cream cheese swirl? What are we talking about? Are we talking about cake? Did you make that bag gorgeous? What bag? What bag are we talking about? I don't see no bags. Brownies. Yes, I made the brownies. Brownies are tasty. All right, I think I may leave this for the outside because it adds a lot of different weird texture to it. So hopefully you can see that. Hopefully you can see that in the other camera. So it's got some funky bits on it. Yes, happy Mother's Day, everybody. Hello, Sammy D. And Diane57. I'm sorry, Diane. For some reason, I did not see any of your messages last week in regards to the 9.5 blocks, the World Quilt blocks that people have sent in. You must have asked like 3 times, and neither I or Pop saw it, and I apologize immensely. We are going to do that as a weekend project, putting them all together. We decided for space-wise, we were going to put just the blocks together and label the back on the back side of who did what and where, sort of thing. And I would like to make it as an art piece. So we still have yet to lay them all out, but they all are still here, and we plan to make something with them. So not to worries, not to worries. We're very excited about it and thankful when everybody sends something in. So I have a lot of this. It's this much. So it's what, maybe about 2 meters. It's got a little funky orange color on the back side here in a little spot, but I think the rest is going to be just fine to use as that outer purple solid border. So I'll use that. Okay, all right. So these are the ones I need to choose from. I think I like that. And I don't know. Do I like the berry? The berry's not in there. I like the berry. What about those two? One on one side and one on the other. It doesn't look extra wide. Well, I guess it does look extra wide, but it's not. That's one bit is right there. That's it. So it's only the 40 inches. It's only 40 inches by, hopefully this is what you were talking about. What is that, 50? Uh-oh, here comes trouble with the capital C. So 90. So 40 by 90. Love your loops, Lucy. Thank you, Carol Lawrence. Happy Mother's Day to you too. Hello, Deborah. Happy Mother's Day. What are you doing there, buddy? Are you causing some trouble? I see you. Yes, I do, Mr. Trouble. Right? I don't think we need any more of you around here. Nope, I don't. Okay, I think I've chosen these two. I really like these two. Right, so let's move my little notepad off to the side. So that's what I'm trying to do. Hi, Sophie Loafy. Hey, you get off my pedal. Move, 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 move. It's not nap time, man. Move along. You two are blurry. Is that you or me? I think that must be you. If you go down to the Clogworks, the little, looks like a little sprog or spark, you know, what I think, anyways, little clog, and change it. Yeah, Sophie was looking for some love too. All right, so I want to cut these strips. See, look, I'll have this purple left over. It's going to be fantastic. Make something else with it. All right, off you go. So the next weekend, very excited, the double wedding ring. Double wedding ring. Very, very excited. Okay, this needs a little bit of pressing love before I'm going to cut it. And I only need like, you know, we'll cut 2 strips for each section, for one and then the bottom, just to make sure. But other than that, we don't really need a lot. That's what I think I like about doing the scraps. With your bucket, you can still make something, right? You don't feel like you can't make anything, because if you just focus on it being the scrappiness that you need it to be, you can make a lot of things, you know, and put your own spin on it. I'm sure a lot of patterns aren't going to work in a scrappy manner. Like the tumble block is not going to really work in a scrappy manner. Unless you went from light to dark and really accented those. You'd have to do a lot of planning. And to me, it's almost too much planning for my brain. But I'm sure it would look fantastic, right? Some patterns excel at it. This happened to be and needed to be a planned scrappy to give it that, to me in my mind, that kaleidoscope effect, right? That I was talking about. So having each piece equal in proportion, that the white is where it is, that purple is where it is, and then as it goes around, it forms that little circle, you know, each one adding a new color as it goes around, right? I was very happy when it came together, and it was midweek, and I showed it, Pop was away, and I sent a picture to him and asked him, you know, separate or together, and he said, and his comment was so cute because I was missing him like crazy, and I know it was kind of goofballish, but, you know, we do. He goes, together like us, and I'm like, aw, so there, together it is. That's what decided it. Together like Pop and I. Together forever. I'll make sure. No, I'm kidding. That sounds a little crazy. I'm not crazy. All right, so I want to just line this up and give myself a nice 2.5. Oh, thank you. This was I think it was a Mother's Day gift from my sister last year or the year before. I'm not entirely sure, but it's one of my favorites. You have to wear a tank top underneath of it, though, or you're showing everybody all your stuff, so you got to be careful. You don't want that. No, you don't. All right, so it's 2 strips for one side, one in this way, one in that way, so that'll go for that one. And then we just need 2 strips of the other little berry color. Okay. As long as Dad's some sewing. Popcorn not included. Check out your local pantry for such said treats. All right, and then we'll cut to, well, because it's only 22. Well, just to be on the safe. To be on the safe side, I can always go in the 2.5 scrap pile. So, And I'll show you what I've been doing with my 2.5s. I've cut them, probably about 2 years ago. So it has some fabric that's been done and gone out of here for a while now because I've used it up. Here we go, that there's 2. Plop that back there. Okay. And now we need to do a little bit more planning going on here. All right, off comes the star. I put a lot of pins in it, so give me a moment here. Just trying to get it all prettified. And hopefully you guys got a really chance to see that beautiful textured white with the fabric. Oops. And it was hard to see unless I really shoved it right up in the camera's face. So there we go. Isn't that pretty? It's so pretty. It really is. I love this white. That's why I bought it. Fishy's going crazy up here. Love the, cross quilt? Oh, that's actually was weekend project. So take a look at yesterday's video and it's right there. It measures 4 times 14 and 4 times 16. So it's the 4 by 14 this way and 4 by 16 this way. And to me, it makes a perfect cross. It also can make, like I say, you do a baby initial for a room, cut it out. Like any sort of shape, you stitch it crazy with your fabric and your funky stitches that you got going on in your machine and cut it out. It's going to look amazing no matter what it is, you know. So whether, like I said, a coffee bean, a coffee cup, whatever, you want to make something really unique for somebody, or make a wall hanging or a statement for somebody's shop or the bathroom or whatever, you know, the front hall, go for it, right? Thank you very much, everybody. I love it. I'm loving this. It's one of my true favorites, I have to say. But I would like to try it in a 3-inch, though, next time, and to see where that gets you from there. I didn't print off the paperwork, so I don't know exact numbers. But if you just go to the Jordan Fabrics website, it's under the free patterns for doing the Lonestar. I think it's called Easy or Super Easy Lonestar. And that's the reason why it caught my attention 2 years ago. I thought, oh, super easy. That's for me. You know, because you're, to me, it looks so complicated. Like, you look at this and you're like, wowzers. Are you sure? Like, you sure you make that? Like, wow. It looks beautiful. I'm happy with it. It looks huge up close. Well, it's only, like I say, 51, but laying out over, I'm hoping it would lay out over Auntie Julie's couch or, you know, her favorite chair or maybe the end of the bed or whatever. It's not going to be something to cover her bed, but it'll be something that, you know, she can at least use. So, and even held up to me touching the floor without a border, it was like right about here. So it's still a nice good cuddle size. And if I put a little bit more on it all the way around, and add that little bit of purple back out, because she loves purple. So I want to accent that a little bit more. I don't think I will try that. Like easy. This is easy though. It really is. It's not that bad. Yeah, it was a good video. It was a good video for the cross yesterday. So check her out. All right, I think I wanted to square up one of these sides. One was a little wonky. I think it was this side. Yeah, here we go. Just one little smidge here that was a little out. So. There we go. Yeah, I went and spent about an hour and a half to 2 hours in the garden yesterday, pulling out everything that, you know, Pop got a lot of stuff last weekend because, of course, we had no internet on the Saturday, so he was out there pulling out whatever needed to come out so the new stuff could go in. And then I spent another hour and a half yesterday cleaning up everything else as well. So we're definitely ready to plant our plants. We can't wait for them to get in the ground. In fact, I don't see why we couldn't really this weekend, but considering what the temperature was going to be, but I think we'll just leave them outside for, you know, to kind of condition themselves. All right, so I need to plan for, actually this one says 51 and a half. So, hold on, move that over. Yeah, 51 and a half. Okay. And I think we will use the lighter one. And where's my other color? Make sure I got my other ones together here so I'm not getting confused. No, it was this one and this one. And this one and this one. Okay. Now to one of these sides, I need to add a bit of this. Yes, it was good. I talked to my mom and my nieces and my sister. So they were all hanging out there as the flowers got delivered. So that was fantastic. So it was nice to be able to talk to my mom on Mother's Day and my middle sister on Mother's Day. She's got 3 girls of her own. And see, it was the one sister never thought would ever have children, and yet she had 3 of them. Kind of thing makes you go, Okay, so if I want that one to go up there, I need to make sure that this is going to go here. All right. So if no, that's not going to go that way. I'm going to have to cut that so it's flat. Yes. Okay. That's all right. I don't mind that. Yeah, I really never thought my middle sister would ever have children. And then, you know, she lo and behold surprises. Makes you wonder, right? Aw, corsage, yeah? Oh, thank you. Thank you, Pop, for including the pattern. Thank you. Yeah, I was using that as a rough guideline. Though, like I said, it was cut at 3 for the pattern. I cut at 2.5, made some adjustments, and off we went. So, you know, it's not rocket science. I just try to have some fun. And like I said, the whole goal was to bust my scraps. I had a literally floor to ceiling shelf unit full of fabric, and it needed to get dealt with ASAP. So, all right, so I'm going to trim this one up at the top here. That was Munchkin leaving to go get Chinese food. Yay! Bye, Munchkin, drive safe. Okay, there we go. So I want to make sure one of those is going to give me my 51.5. So I'm going to lay this out right on. I'll move it up so I can actually see what I'm doing. And mark it at the 51.5. It needs a little bit more. You have to say, it's a really weird feeling for Pop and I, knowing that he can go and do things on his own, and he's confident enough to do it too. I know it's a big step, and sometimes, you know, some are a little bit faster to take it on than others. But I'm just happy he's making some progress. It's been a rough ride. Okay, so was that this side that I had measured at the 51? Yes, it was. Okay. So I wanted this to be in this corner. Or it doesn't really matter. It's just corners. Actually, let's do it the way I drew it out. Let's not be a weirdo. Okay. Let's pin that up. Make sure it was perfectly measured. Okay. Except it looks too long. Okay, seriously? Okay, let's put this one here. Yeah, June Kopek, she's got a Lone Star going on in the Mama Pop Quilt Shop group, and it looks fantastic. It looks really awesome. This one obviously needs a little bit trim. Yes. That's, I think that's second time he's gone to go grab food, but this is the longest he's traveled. I think, yes, exactly. The longest he's traveled by himself to go get, and it was he offered, so, and I said to him, well, you know, you're the only one who's pretty much free while we're doing the live streams. So, you know, I would love Chinese. We haven't had Chinese in a very long time. So that would be a nice little treat. I'm sure it was sometime last year, but last time we had Chinese. I know I've stopped and got myself a soup, but to me that doesn't count. I didn't grab anything else. It was just me a soup, so. Lovely Scrappy Purple. My sons don't like to drive in the big city. The big city! I consider the little village, you know, here of, you know, 5,000 people, the big city. Pop laughs at me all the time. I'm like, thank you for taking me to the big city. It can. Well, both vehicles are sticks, Robin. So, you know, one of my uncles was an insurance agent as I was growing up, and he said to my mom, and I remember this specific conversation, even though it was like knee-high or grasshopper at the time, but if you don't want your car stolen, don't get an automatic, get a standard. So in her being a little person and having to have, you know, wood blocks attached to her pedals so she can reach them and drive, there was no way my little mama was ever going to get herself a stick shift. So it was always going to be an automatic for her. So, but for some reason that always stuck in my head. So when we started buying vehicles, you know, I said to Pop, you know, both of us know how to drive stick. Let's just drive a stick. Less chance of it getting stolen. You know, Nimrods nowadays don't know how to drive a stick to save their life. So, and unfortunately, it's been a very trying spot or part in the learning for Munchkin to get his brain wrapped around a clutch and shifting and clutch and braking and clutch down, clutch up, shifting down, you know, all of that has been, it's been really, really a lot for Munchkin to deal with. And though Pop and I found it like second nature, you know, I drove motorbikes first, so I knew there was a clutch and, you know, and you know, you just get used to things. So, and he seems to be better now than he ever was before. At least he's making an effort, and to us that speaks volumes. So I know it's hard. It's a whole master of getting the feet and the pressure and listening to the engine and everything else, but it's a far funner ride than an automatic. So that's my opinion anyways. And as we get older, we're thinking about it a bit differently and thinking maybe we should be looking at our next vehicles as being as automatics and leaving it as that, right? You know, for ease and accessibility. There's, like I say, the shifting of this and that. Exactly, it's a matter of practice, exactly, Helly. It's just a matter of practice and getting it right, okay? All right, there we go. This looks pretty. Okay, and then we'll do the bottom, and then we'll work on the sides. And I'll show you what this looks like. Very nice. I'm excited to get this quilted up on, it'll be the next long arm. Actually, no, because we have Judy's, and then after that, it'll be the long arm Wednesday for this one. So we'll have Judy Patterson's quilt next time. All right, so that's going to go over into this corners. So we need to make sure we're lopping off that little bit for that. Keeping that lined up. Okay. So let's do the bottom bit, which would be, should be about 51.5. Like I said, I think that's what I measured here. Yeah, 51.5. Okay, so that's going to be one of the other colors in the opposite direction. So we need these two, so I guess it doesn't matter which one we're going to go with. We just need to go with it. And we need to come across. So do we want the dark or the light? Let's do the dark. Okay. Let's do the dark. And then we'll add the other color. It's a rock show, quilting show. Who would have thunk it? You should see me when I got the headset on and I'm listening to music. I'm just jamming out. Pop sneaks up on me and scares me sometimes. He giggles. And yes, Pop giggles. You don't believe me, but he does. Oops. Pop my microphone. Hold on. Three on the tree. What are we talking about? 3 on the tree. Oh, is that for the stick shift? My mom had a Pontiac Parisienne and the Pontiac, oh, what was it? The Parisienne and something else. Oh, I forgot now. Anyways, they were big boats, like old police car boats. And I think she made up for her little size with that big old car. So I was so happy to drive a motorbike. It was just, I could see it, tire, boom, done. I knew what I was up against, so. I was like, all right, I'm not fiddling with that stuff, man. That's a big old car. I don't want that. All right, so now I'm going to measure this one to be 51.5, and that's going to give me my bottom. Make sure it measures this way for some reason. 51.5, 51.5. Don't stretch it, 51.5. Well, you have to. A lot of kids out here, because we kind of are in farmland and horse land, they learn by driving the tractor, okay? And that's usually to get the hay or straw or whatever to whatever animal on whatever pen or whatever. So they learn a lot that way. But, you know, we just have, you know, 3/4 of an acre and above bed garden. So all he's got is the automatic mower. And it's been helpful because he's been able to understand steering and, you know, and gauging distances, so he's not smacking into the above bed gardens and he's not smacking into the tree and, you know, those sorts of things. Automatic transmissions. No, actually, you're right, Lucy B. Pop and I and Munchkin did live in Hertfordshire, a little town called Hitchin, or a village called Hitchin, for just shy of 3 years. We were like only a month shy of 3 years of living there. And the company car that he was given was a standard, you know, it was a stick. So yep, exactly, yep. And we didn't mind because we both knew, so it wasn't really a big deal for us, like I said. And then when we moved back to Canada, it was kind of like, okay, we got a truck, we leased a truck, but it was an automatic, and both of us were like, okay, you know, next field we get a stick. So Hertfordshire. I know I always said it wrong. I apologize. It's the way it's spelled. Yeah, they're fun. They're fun, you know. 4x4. All right, so did we get our 51.5? All right, should be able to pin the other side up at the top here. Let's get our stuff together. Pin at the top. Oh, it's gonna look so pretty. I wanted to actually share this to Auntie Julie's Facebook page because she made a post about Mother's Day, and I'm like, nope, just wait till it's done and then post, or post the, you know, for the long arm Wednesday part of it or something. Da, 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 da. It's very exciting. I like doing quilts for people. It's very exciting for me to, you know, to be able to finish it and give it to them, and, you know, and hopefully they enjoy it. And if not, you know what, I had fun making it, and that's how I walk away from it. To me, it's their quilt. What they do with it is their business. You know, I got what I wanted out of it, sort of thing, the enjoyment, the learning, the busting my scraps, you know, and it's like I knew when, as soon as we were coming to purple, it would have been Auntie Julie, because I know she loves purple, so. And my nieces have lots. It's not like they're lacking for any quilts, so, you know, not any one of them, so. All right, so that is the top part minus the fluff. You don't have a driver's license, Anna? I assume you get around by public transportation, or do you take your bike and stuff? Or do you thumb it? Yeah, you just learn. You have no choice, right? And that's for some reason it was just not wrapping. Munchkin just wasn't getting it, and we're like, okay, you need to practice, you need to practice, you need to do this, you need to do that. So, like, as you know, in some aspects we feel he's a little bit behind schedule, but in other aspects he's ahead of schedule, you know. So, but that's just the way kids are. Oh, I'm sorry, Anna. I'm sorry. That is definitely something I wouldn't know how to deal with for sure. So does anybody have a favorite flower? Because we were talking about favorite flowers earlier, and like I said, mine's are carnations. Lots are roses. And my mom's is Alstromarium. It's Alstr whatever. They're a little flower. They actually have about 4 or 5 blooms on each little stem. So, yeah, so we got her, we filled up her room with 300 of those. That's what we did for my mom for Mother's Day. And her birthday. Like I said, her birthday's tomorrow. But I got all my kind of favorite stuff yesterday. I wanted to make sure we got some peas and some beets because the cat had eaten the tops of them. Oh, clematis. Actually, we saw those yesterday, and I almost bought one, but I'm like, okay, where would I stick it? I don't really have anything that's climbing, but I would like to in the front. Sorry, excuse me. Between the huge big pine trees, big what do they call that? Not necessarily archway, and then have those clematis going up that. I think that would be pretty, but I don't know how that would work. Daisies, oh, any rose? Yeah. Blue bonnets, oh, those are pretty. Oh, lilies and roses. Daffodils and tiger lilies. Irises, oh. Pop's mom was gladiolas. She loved gladiolas. Those are, oh, baby roses, okay. Oh yeah, they're harder to find. Yeah, I know, mostly roses now. And you think carnations are cheaper than roses, but yeah. I would love to be able to grow the carnations here. I'd grow my own, for sure. All right, let's give that a little press. Let's give that a little press. Let's not get depressed. Let's give this a little press. And then I'll hold it up, and then you can see what I'm going to be doing for the other 2 sides. I need to get a proper measurement, though, first, before we plan that. Lovely. Okay, hopefully you can see this between the 2 colors, okay? The one up here, okay? Hopefully you can see that there. And then the one down on the bottom. Okay. All right, now we get to do the other sides. Ooh. Let's do a proper measurement first. Let's see, what is that giving us? 56. Let's see what the middle gives us. Oops, get back up there. Let's go to the middle. Get the middle. There it is. There's a seam right there. 55 3/4. And then the other side is 55. So 55, 56, and 5 3/4. I think we're going to go 55 3/4 and just make her fit. Okay. So let's press this one because he seems like he's got a little bit going on here. So 55 3/4 because you take the average of the 3. Okay. Okay, Move these guys off to the side, and the Scrappy bag. Where'd it go? There it is. Okay. Let's trim these guys up. Okay. That's what we need for that one. That's what we need for that one. I love this table. I love this table. Not having to adjust the camera and my head's not cut off. Makes a big difference. Okay, so now I need to make sure I'm matching up those colors correctly. So to making sure I'm lighting the, hold on, it would be the pink, the lighter pink to this color here, because we're going to be going this way, right? Okay, matching it up a little bit. It's going to match up a smidge. Okay, leave that edge there, so we'll add this onto here. Or was that supposed to be that one? I don't think it really matters. No, one was a lighter tone. Where's the lighter tone? Must be on the other side. No. Oh, did I sew that on wrong? I think I might have sewn that on wrong. At this point, I don't think I really care. Well, I could make it sure it does match up then. There we go. Design! Design influence. Yeah, obviously I've sewn the other side, so I don't care. Oh well. Moving on. Dude, it's going to look pretty no matter what. Okay, so we need the pink one for this one. All right, because that goes to there. And since we're not matching, I can flip this the other way. Bibbidi bobbidi boo. And we'll attach it to this side. Okay, and then we'll use that one and this. Doo-doo-doo. Hello, Denise. Happy Mother's Day. I actually we kind of were talking about it today, how we kind of need to both drop a few pounds, so we're trying to, you know, change a little bit of our diet and try and make plans to ride our bikes more. And that's just what we're gonna have to do, because that's just what's gonna have to happen. All right, so what we say, 55 and 3/4 was it? Yes, 55 and 3/4. Okay. Trying to keep my placement here, there, and a nice straight line. Put that into the Scrappy box. Okay. Now this ends up going down this side. Should be right down here and come all the way to, oh, for Pete's sakes. There we go. There. All right. All right, let's do some pinning. Do body groove. That's fun too. Well, I like riding my bike though. So when I've been riding it back and forth to the crossing guard most of the week, about halfway I had to kind of give my bum a rest. Unfortunately, it's not used to such a seat. So, because I went to go on it for afternoon crossing guard on Wednesday and I just couldn't do it. Like, my bum's too sore. I can't sit down on the seat. Gotta condition it slowly. So, yes. So I didn't ride it for, I kind of gave it a rest. So, but I will tomorrow. It's supposed to be a beautiful week, so I want to ride it every single day. Tuesday I have a munchkin or two coming home with me, so I may walk. I may walk instead. I just have to make sure I set my alarm ahead of time so I can make sure I plan the, 15-minute walk back down, or walk down to crossing guard. So, because you have to be there at a certain time, and you're not supposed to be late. They frown upon that. Oh, that seems a little long. Oh, this was probably the short one. Okay, which means I need to average it or ease it up a little bit more all the way around. Okay, hold on. Now I need to take this up. Do a little bit easings of the fabrics. Okay. Okay, and then find this point, go in the half, and here. And I want to thank everybody for joining us an hour earlier today. I really appreciate it. Hopefully it didn't mess up anybody's schedule too much, and you weren't missing out on anything else. So, but thank you. I really appreciate it. I wanted to spend our Mother's Day together, causing a little chaos in the shop. That's what Pop says, round is a shape. It's like, I'm a shape, round's a shape. Like, hey, I don't want to be around too much longer. It actually has a little bit of it's called plush. Oops. A plush seat cover, or a plush seat, but it's not as plushy as my bum needs, apparently. And let's admit it, I got a big caboose, so it's just a matter of just getting it used to. It's just a matter of, you know, it's like walking, right? You get used to it. Do-do-do. Okay, so I have a question. If I use this white fabric here, even though I don't have to, I can cut more of the other stuff. It's a different color white with white on white, so like a creamy white. Or should I use more of the white on white that I have already in the quilt? Because I can use either both, because the next bit is a strip of white before I add in a solid strip of purple all the way around, okay? So, I don't know. I just, to me, am I adding too much by adding that different color on the outside? And should it just be cohesive and stick with the whites that I have? Like the white fabric that I've chosen, just keep it as the same? Or do I introduce something new? Because it's more of a scrappy purple quilt, not a scrappy white quilt, right? So, what you taught? The one you already have? Yeah. The prettier white? Okay. Okay. Thank you. That's what I was thinking too. So I thought, you know, I ask you guys. You'll give me the honest answer, and I appreciate it. So that's what I'll do. I'll just cut a couple of strips of the other white instead. I have it close by, I think. Yeah, it's just over there. Oh, it's not too far. It's not too far. All right, so okay, that's one side done. Let's give it a little bit of a press before we get the other one. Okay. And of course, the next two are going to be really easy because they're just solids. So they're just solid colors. One's solid white, or, you know, with the pattern, and the other one's purple. So we're not doing it scrappy. We're just doing it as a strip of colors. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, so now for the next one, which is this with this. Gonna line it up, something totally different. Okay, so we'll put it on this side. There we go. And then go, and then we need 55 3/4, right? Yeah, the one, thank you guys. I really appreciate it. I appreciate the feedback. And that's what I'll do. I don't want her to go look at it and go, what'd you want out of white fabric? You know what I mean? So it's keep it consistent as much as we can, even though it's scrappy in its nature. Okay, so that is there, and 55 and 3/4. Do. All right, let's press that, and then we will pin it on this side. Okay, here. Oh, you're welcome, Sue. I'm so glad you were excited by it. It's something that I've had in the background for a while, and I really wasn't too sure if anybody would be, you know, some people are not religious or overly religious or whatever, and I didn't want them to think that I was pumping my faith onto them by doing it, but that's why I try to give many other ideas of how else you can just do a shape, fill in the shape with the scrappy bits, and then cut the shape out. You know, I think that's a pretty cool idea. So thank you, Sue. I appreciate that. It was a lot of fun. Like I said, I didn't know what to do with this big bag of scraps from Pop's project, and I thought I'd make something fun. And then someone else saw it, and then I did something else different. I think I used the same the gemstone fabrics too. That's probably why I ended up using majority of the bag, and off it went. So I gifted it. And I thought, who better to make it for than a minister, right? And she loves it. And she's always busy in the summer, she says, so she likes to hang it out over where she's working. Ooh, doo, 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 doo. Doo, doo, boo, boo, boo. Yes, very excited about the double wedding ring. Like I said, it's going to be colors, no black, no white, no gray. I've got a lot of tans, and I've got colors galore, as you well know. You've seen my bags of scrappy bits. And I don't think I'm going to be too concerned about whether there's, you know, too much pattern to the print or not. We'll get the die cutter out this week. I'll take a picture of it ready for the Mafia group so you can see what we're up against for next weekend project, and go from there and maybe start pulling some colors and fill my basket. So I'm very excited to be doing the double wedding ring and using the Accu quilt cutter that we purchased. So, and I'll show you how we're going to cut it and everything, how to pick the colors, and you know, maybe I'll try and do a selection of colors, like maybe not necessarily make it a rainbow. I feel like I've lost a pin here. I'm not sure. I'm sure I'll find it later. But because I like to keep them multicolored and just, you know, random. Nothing really planned. I want to be able to take from the collection if I can. Like, I'm not sure how it's going to lay out, but take from the collection and just sew together. So I've never done one. It seems very, very intimidating to me, but I am very excited to try it for sure. Hello, Sandy and Noah. Happy you're here. All right, so let's just press this. Yippee-yi-yo. All right. We're making some progress. Very nice. Okay. So there's one corner of the scrap. So you can see that, how it's coming out. Okay. And then there's the opposite corner of the scrappy bit border. Okay, now we get to put some white. There we go. Now we need to measurement. Okay, so if I did that one last, I want to do this one first for this time around. So let's line her up. Give this a little trim. It seems like we got a little hangover bit here by about 1/4 of an inch. So let's measure this. Thank you very much. And it is, so 26 27. So 27 would make it 54. 27 and a half is 55. 55 and a half. So 55 and a half is pretty much what that's making out to be. Let me just double check by this way. Leaving you there, and 55 and a half. Okay, so let's do that in the 3 spots we need to. Finding the center seam. Trying to make this as square as possible. 55 and a half. And 55 and a half. All right, awesome. Here we go. Bob's your uncle, man. We need 55 and a half. Okay, so back to the lovely bolt of fabric that I don't know what I did with. Hold on. Un momento. I thought I had it here. Da, 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 da. Maybe I put it back. Hold on, 1 moment. Did I put it down somewhere? No, that's the purple. It's here somewhere, just a minute. All right. If I was a bolt of white fabric, where would I be? Seriously? What did I do with it? I'm sure it's here. I just gotta find it. That's all. Move some stuff out of the way here. Okay. 1 moment. Patience is a virtue. Okay, so that's not that. And that is the colored stuff from Northcott. That's some pretty panels. Hey Pop, what you doing? Wanna come help me find that white bolt of fabric? Are you ready for the live stream, honey? Yeah, sure I am. Yeah, I got this. I don't know where it is.
Plain white,
yeah, well, no, it's not plain white. It's got that little pattern on it, but I thought maybe I like plopped it up somewhere, tucked it somewhere, you know.
Okay. Go talk
I go talk? Okay. Here, I'll cut the next strip. I'll cut the other purple. I don't think I actually hung it up there, but I guess I must have. Oh, well. Sorry. Pop to the rescue. Exactly. Or maybe not. Like, what did I do with it? How many? It's not here, and it's not here. Did I tuck it under my shelf? No, it's not here. And it's not over there.
Are you loving your new chair?
I'm loving my new chair. Thank you very much. I am. It's interesting. You have to make sure you're holding on to it before when you get in it, though. Yeah, I'm like serious. I'm baffled of where it went. How do you lose a bolt of fabric? How, ladies and gentlemen, do you lose a bolt of fabric? Poof! I was gonna say, maybe is it behind the batting? Think behind this batting? No, and it's not on there. Oh, for Pete's sakes. Did you find it? No? Oh, good gravy. Clive, what did you do with it? And you checked over here, yeah? Oh, snaggle bottoms. Where did it go? You know what? I'll find it after we quit, you know. That's it. That's how it rolls around here. Okay, well, I guess we're just going to cut the purple, and then I'm just going to have to find the white. Oh, good gravy. The drama. The drama that is my life. Behind the blue, no, it's not. We checked. It's actually a bolt. It's actually a bolt of fabric. And I'm not sure how or when or if I've managed to lose it. I really thought it was over here. So clearly I am wrong, which is not the first or the last time ever. So, oh well, sorry, it'll be my fault if we have a short show today because I couldn't find the white to attach. Okay, but I do like the big 3-inch of this purple that I'm going to do. So I'm going to cut quite a few. I'm going to cut 2 for each side. So 1, 2, 3, lining them up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay. So that's what I'm going to need for the outside after I find the white. Is it that right in front? No, we were deciding to do a different colored white than this one. It was the one that's actually in the quilt. And I know I have the bolt around here, and I'm sorry. I apologize immensely. I don't know where it went. I swear I just had it.
You sure it's not in that pile over there?
It's a whole bolt, sweetie pie.
See it right there.
Where?
It's underneath your desk.
Underneath my desk where? Oh, haha. Pop found it. See, I put it in the safe spot. See? It's safe. Okay, so we'll leave this one off to the side and we'll cut our white that we want. Okay, thanks, Pop. See, Pop would save the day. See, and the reason why, here I'll show you, the reason why is because this has such a pretty little pattern on it, and this is a different color. It is a bit different. You can tell. This is too creamy. If anything, maybe I'll save this for some of the wedding ring quilt, okay? But let's use this beautiful, I know, and that's what I said, I knew it didn't go far. It had to be around here. The shop is only so big. We can't lose everything. Yes, Pop finds everything that's important. He's the most important person in the shop. Okay, there we go. Da-da-da. All right, now I did a 3 on that one, so I'm thinking I'd like to do a 2 on this one. Maybe 3, 2.5, 4. Should be bigger or smaller than the other purple. Bigger or smaller? Bigger or smaller than the purple? Bigger or smaller than the purple? Bigger or smaller than the purple? What's the unanimous decision? Wider than the scrappy border? Bigger, 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 wider, smaller. Bigger, 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 wider, smaller. Paper, scissors, rock. Smaller, bigger, bigger. Oh, geez. Everybody's got an opinion. In the middle. Pop going ahead and making trouble again. This is the last border. The 3-inch. What I put on there right now of the colored purple was 2.5. What I'm trying to gauge is whether I cut this as 2, 2.5, or 3, even it as an equal, even small, or even bigger. So somewhat bigger than the scrappy board. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking, maybe 3. Wider than 3. Roll a dice. Flip a coin. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a tiger by the toe. If he hollers, let him go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. We're going to do it bigger. Okay, so let's do 4-inch. All right, we'll make sure we have enough pieces cut. We should only need about 6, even though we're going all the way around, but we only need like, what was it, 56 or something like that, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh. Okay, oops, let's flip this one more. And if we have to cut another one, we cut another one. It's no big deal. I got it right here. Do 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 do. Hold on. Listen here. You line up there, Mr. Fabric. Don't make me get all antsy with you. Okay. All right, we'll leave that there just in case. Oops. All right, so we're going to have to put at least 2 of these together for either side and then trim. So let's put 2 and 2 and then trim. Okay. All right, so this, and the leftover bit should be for the other side. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, everybody, for watching. We really, really appreciate it. We do, we do, we do. All right, now I'm trying to make sure these right sides and the white sides are together. Not using any of the salvage edges as part of my calculations, okay? And of course, you could either do them edge up together or put that little angled cut or angled sew that we're going to do right across here, and that's what we're going to do, so I can more for the bucket. The tisket, the tucket, it's more for the bucket. Okay, so we'll do that. Trying to find me? Apparently I was, I need to change thread. Oh, I can't do this in pink thread. That's not going to fly. Not going to fly at all. Okay, put those down there so I'm not getting confused. Can't do that in pink. It's just going to look weird. What if you saw it? What if she saw that pink thread as she was cuddling with her quilt and she thought, you know what? Couldn't she afford to change the threads? Be like, yes, I could. It's just too lazy. Actually, I have to say thank you. I think it was Judy. It might have been Diane. But you suggested poking the, when you go in through your machine and you poke this side first so you don't lose this bit. I appreciate that because I did that first and then put it in on the other side and it's nice and smooth. I'm not dealing with the sticky part of the sticker anymore. And, I never even thought of that. So, ever in all my years of fiddling with bobbins with stickers. So, thank you. Much appreciated. 17 tarantulas. What the heck's going on? What? Who's got a spider fetish? No arachnophobia on you, that's for sure. All right, do. Actually, tarantulas are quite, actually, one was cataloged as living the longest. Was it like 17 years or something like that? Just recently, a tarantula was, had been kept for that long. So, okay, that was not at all straight. Let's try that again. All right, there we go. Much better. All right. Da, 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 da. Okay, now some of those stitches, where's my seam ripper, was a little off to the coming in to where it shouldn't have been, so I need to rip some of those out. So that's okay. That's why I was like, what? That was not a straight stitch. Probably should have marked that one. But I don't like those funky ones, so we're going to rip them out. Because they add a little curve to the inside, and it shouldn't have been. So. Do, 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 do. Yeah, we borrowed our friend's, her name's Sandra, her pressure washer, so we're going to get Munchkin this week to pressure wash this side of the house and the deck and get it all ready for another paint job because it needs it. It's looking kind of sad. So we seem to have to deal with it about every 3 years. So I think it's after this next 3-year bit, we're going to just design a new deck. So, but there's always something. There'll be nothing if it wasn't always something. Okay. So there we go. There's one. Let's do our second piece now. There we go. Line those two right sides together, not accounting for any of that seam allowance or the seam allowance, the salvage. Apologize. Get it right. Okay. Just add a couple pins. Line that up here, and then maybe we do a little bit of a pin mark here, a straighter line from edge to edge. There we go. Much better. Like the hearts and the dresses, whatever that was. Hello, Mari. Hopefully that's how you say your name, is Mari. If not, it might be Mary. Either way, welcome to the party. All right, so those little bits and bobs go into bucket, go into bucket. Now, what did I say we needed for our pieces, measurements? I think I have to actually say it out loud. Or did I say it out loud? What were they? All right, guys, it's your turn to shine. What did I say? 20 minutes ago. I'll measure again. It's okay. I knew it was all the same, though. That's why you guys are so happy? No, she's not. I'm angry all the time. I got anger issues. Not really. I'm a crossing guard. You can't be mad when you're a crossing guard. You got issues. You can't reflect that onto the children. You got to make sure they have a really great day. Wasn't it like 56? I think it was 56, wasn't it? You said, yeah, Bob's is my uncle. He is. Well, he was, but he passed away. All right, yeah, 56. We're good. 56. So we need 56 for two sides. So let's do that. Let's make sure we're getting our 56. All right, 56, 56. 56, 56, 56. Okay, there we go. Mm-hmm. Oh, Helly's gnomes are adorable, aren't they? Love them too. She does such a beautiful job. Okay, so now these are going to get pinned on two sides here. Okay. All right. Make sure we got this right. Yes, we do. Pin up on one corner, pin on the other corner, and then pin in between. Do. Do, 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 do. So we're almost done. Just got a little bit more to go. I'll show you what it's going to look like with the white. And since Mark Munchkin has arrived with dinner, I get my favorite wonton soup for Mother's Day. Happy camper am I. Yes, for sure. Okay, so let's do that. Let's pin this side and sew her down. Just try to line this up a bit better here. There we go. I like putting borders on. They're really easy. You know, fast and furious, right? Measure, cut, sew. Measure, cut, sew. Okay, let's do the other side. Do 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 do. Other side. Come here, you. Do 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 do. Oh, bye, Carol. Bear Carol's leaving. Have a good one, Carol. Take care. I like Long John. Well, I used to when we lived down there. I like Long John Silver's. I like their fish. Their fish was awesome. Okay, all right. Pin that there. Then ease the fabric in between. Do 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 we do we do. All right. Sew down this side. I'd like to say good morning to all of our Australian friends. They'll be waking up and ready to watch our show. So thank you very much. And New Zealand and the Caribbean. We've got kind of a fan base all over the place. It's fantastic. Do, 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 do. Right there. Then we'll figure what the measurement is for the other two sides for the white border. Okay. And then you'll just have to watch Long Arm Wednesday in a couple weeks from now, but just keep your eyes open. I'll always let you know. I'm always yapping about it. What's up next. And then you'll have to see how it all turned out for sure. Okay, so there's that two border pieces on with the white. So how's that looking? Oh, that looks beautiful. And then a little bit more pink. Pink. Why did I say pink? I meant purple. Sorry. So silly. All right, see what that is. Okay. Oh, I like that with the white. I like that with the white. Looks so pretty. Looks so pretty. Okay. All right, so that makes us 62. 62. Feety, fatty, fody, foo. 62. Dun, 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 60. Hold on, let's move it over there. 62. And 62. Okay, all right. Guess we're doing something right here today. Amazing fruit. Okay, so if this, and not including the salvage and this, is that going to give us 62? Oh yeah, it's going to definitely. Okay, so we just need to make sure that we are lining these up again. Okay, here and here. We use a little pencil this time. I lost my pencil. Actually, we used a little light blue one then. Get a nice straight line from corner to corner. Okay, so that's one that we got to do. And oh, that is not the right side together on that one. Whoopsies. Okay, we'll have to do that. Flip it over to the other side. I just realized I marked on the right side, not the wrong side. What a wiener! What a wiener head. Better notice now than after I've got it all sewn together. Been there, done that. Okay, so there's that one done. Now, let's do this one. There you go, right sides together. Don't be so silly. Do 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 do. All right, there we go. 2 to sew. Okay. Okay. Sorry, big whatever you are, you don't get no recognition here. You will be deleted. You will be assimilated. I don't know who that was, and I'm sorry if you offended or disturbed anybody here in the chat. Unfortunately, we can't control the trolls or the, I don't know, I've said it before, the hose bags that come into the channel, so I apologize. Can't control. Okay, so those are those 2 little strips sewn. Now we're going to trim them with their little bits that we need for the corners to go into our little extra bucket. Okay, so that one there and this one here, and then we're going to cut 62. That's what it was, right? 62? 62, 62, feedy, feedy, fighty, fo, 62. All right, keep that there. All right, so that is a good side, and we want to trim this side. So let's do 62. Put it right up against the 2 of the 6, and over here. Make sure we are even, Steven, and mark. Okay. Make sure that is right on my finger. Okay, there we go. So that's one of the 62. And we need the other one, but we need to trim the other side first. Okay, because I don't want the one that I had the blue mark on. Or did I already cut that off? Where is it? Oh, I cut it off. It's okay. All right, we don't need to worry about it. Do-do-do. All right, I need to cut salvage off of that. Line it up to here, or either or. Here we go, we'll do it this way. 62, and place, and mark, and go. Okay. There. And there. Okay, perfect. Now we got these two to pin to the other sides. Okay. Alright. We'll pin and sew the last of the whites, and then we'll call it for today as a fantastic Mother's Day show, because I got my dinner waiting for me, and I'm very excited to have my wonton soup. And I appreciate everybody hanging out with us today. I really, really do. Makes for a fantastic, fantastic day. Besides dragging Pop out for breakfast this morning. Yeah. All right, so pin that. We'll pin these two sides. Okay, and then make sure we're coming over to here. Oh, do I gotta flip? No, I don't. Okay. It had flipped, but I don't have a flip. It's easy to get that way, especially if you have a really long border. It doesn't take much to get yourself flipped in between, and then you're like, okay, why isn't this adding up? Because you got a twist in the fabric. Okay. All right, there. Let's do a couple more pins, or another pin at least. And sew down this side, and then we'll sew down the next side after we get it pinned. And of course, for this part, because I am using the white, I'm using the white thread. Okay. Whoops, there went the pencil sharpener. And I think that other little textured purple on the outside border is going to look lovely. And then I'll do a very scrappy binding to it like I've done with all the other quilts. I've done a very much a scrappy binding, I think, for every single one. And it looks awesome. I've had lots of compliments on them, so. And it's nice to know I've done something with my stash of fabric besides look at it in 2018. End of 2017, beginning of 2018. Well, we're halfway there almost, halfway through 18. All right. Love how that little scrappy bit looks. It's so pretty. Okay, now there. And one more side, one more side. See, looking, isn't that pretty? It's looking lovely. Looking lovely. Okay, all right, now this one. Grammar officer? What? Okay. I'm confused. I'm not even going to look. Don't feed the trolls, Pop says. Don't feed the trolls. All right. Add some pins. I don't care what you say. I'm going to do it anyway. I'm gonna not let the trolls win. I'm gonna win all the way. Bleh, 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 bleh. All right, pin this here. Almost there. It looks so lovely. Auntie Julie's gonna love this. I know Auntie Julie's gonna love this. And I have that very pretty purple thread. something orchard, remember, from last week I showed. And I'm very excited to be using that. I haven't even threaded a bobbin yet with it, so this will be the project it gets used with. So, and I did pick it up specifically for this purple project. Oh, that's a little bit too much there. What's going on here? We need to ease a little bit more. Ease a little bit more. Okay. All right, let's try and get this a little bit more even here for some reason. I had a little bit of a loop. Or a bubble, per se. Okay, there we go. That's much better. Just a matter of working the fabric in. Pin the edges and work the fabric in the center. So hopefully we got what we were looking for. Okay. Okay, there we go. All right, I'll sew this and then show it, and then you'll just have to imagine that one going on. Because it's going to look so pretty. And I hope you take on the free pattern from Jordan Fabrics of the Easy Lonestar, because really in retrospect, like I said, it's only 8 blocks and some big old squares and triangles, so it's not too hard. And there's the little wall hanging too. My friend Janice said she was going to try that, so why not do that? There's just, and that is done with the 2.5s, so it's got to be on there somewhere, because she mentioned it to me, so I'm assuming it's on their webpage somewhere. But it's just a wall hanging. But you can certainly start that off as a baby quilt, or just keep building out with other, you know, make 4 stars or something like that, and do it that way. It's not a lone star, it's a quad star. Get it? It's not alone anymore. And there's free patterns out there too, and even templates for the double wedding ring. If I can find a half decent version of one, we'll try and link it with next week's video in the descriptions, or the whatever it is that Pop does so well, and we'll figure it out there. Other than that, we'll be using our Aki quilt cutter and the template that we have via that. Okay. All right. Yay! Check this out. Oh, it's lovely. Hold on, move the blue pin out of the way. I don't want anybody. Oh, there. What do we think? Is it looking great? I love it. I love it. Hope you can see a little bit in there. Move over here. Aw, thank you. And I'm me. You're more than welcome to leave the channel. We don't need you here. Okay? Thanks. Bye. Leave it. All right. I love this. Thanks, everybody. The good and lovely people who have showed up today. Thank you so very, very much. It's looking great. Thank you so much. Big hugs and loves to you. And we will see you on Long Arm Wednesday. Like I said, we're working on Grace's, I think it's actually a curved log cabin. It's yellow and blue with a red hearth. And I'm doing a custom job on that via the Walt and I, where I'll show you how I'm clicking things out and how I designed it. And we're using 2 different colored threads too, so it looks very nice. All right, thanks everybody. Big hugs. Have a fantastic day. Love the Mama Pop Quilt Shop. Be good, everybody. Happy Mother's Day. Big hugs.